The Wife That Stayed. In a valley of wide fields and red evening skies lived a wealthy man named Daran. He had bountiful stores, fields, and cattle. His house was larger than any other in the land. But Daran's greatest blessing had once been his wife, Leela. Before the wealth, fame, and gold, it was Leela who walked beside him in hunger. She carried water when they owned no wells, and she believed in a future no one else could see. Together, they built everything. Yet, when riches came, gratitude left his heart. As the years passed, Daran began to admire beauty more than loyalty, comfort more than sacrifice, and praise more than truth. So he married a second wife, a third, and finally a fourth, each adorned in finer cloth than the last. While the new wives lived in decorated rooms, Leela and her children were moved to the smallest room of the house. Servants stopped listening to her. Her voice grew quiet, and her kindness remained unseen. She never spoke against her husband, but she prayed and endured patiently. One season, after a night of restless sleep, Daran woke with a troubling thought. Who among them truly loves me, and not my gold? The question would not leave him, so he made a secret decision to test all of them. He gathered his wives and spoke with a heavy voice. All my wealth is gone. Thieves have taken everything. We are now poor. The fourth wife, who loved silk and perfume, wept loudly, but before sunset, she returned to her father's house without looking back. Daran observed. Days later, he spoke again. I am weak. Sickness has entered my body. The third wife, who feared hardship, stayed only long enough to be seen by neighbors. Soon after, she too disappeared into a life more comfortable. Two wives remained the second, and Leela the first. That night, when Daran's strength seemed to fade further, he called his last two wives softly, and he whispered, The healers say, I may soon die, so prepare soup, for I feel my last hour is near. The second wife trembled, but Leela cooked as she always had, with gentle hands and a quiet prayer. When she brought the bowl, Daran looked at both women, and he said, I have placed poison in this soup. If I must leave this world, I wish not to go alone. Drink with me. The second wife screamed and fled into the darkness, for death was not something she wished to share. But Leela stayed, lifted the bowl with trembling. Hands not from fear of death, but from sorrow for the man she loved, she said softly. Where you go, I'll follow. She drank. Daran burst in tears. There's no poison, he said. For in that moment, he finally saw what had always been his greatest treasure. Not gold, not comfort, but loyal love. The love he had forgotten, the love that never left. And, from that day forward, Daran restored Leela to her rightful place, not only in his house, but in his heart. Riches may gather many companions, but only true love stays when everything else is gone.